on, let me get a bottle of water, y'all. Get a
5, 4,
are you ready?
3, 2.
What's up, y'all? We are back. We are back with our guest now, Darius, aka Darius. This is my man's here, been doing it for a while, long while. He's just talking about a lot of things. He's gonna plug some for us. He got a t-shirt business going on. I don't want to say his name. He got here. So I'm gonna let him read that out right now. He's gonna let him speak his name for him because I want to say it incorrectly. But yeah, we back in the building.
So it's Vorich.
Okay, Vorich. Let me go ahead and correct that. Vorich t-shirt.
Yeah. You know, so it's Vorich, you know.
And yeah, this is Buff, man. I'm in the building. And I'm calling his ass dead because he got too many names. I'm just going to say dead. I'm keeping this shit simple.
You know.
All right.
Okay, we call you D too. What's up, D?
You know.
This is my nigga right here, like I said, for a long time. I know you got a lot of shit to talk about, you know what I'm saying? So when you want to start off at?
So, you know, with me, I would like to start off with, you know, the clothing line. I'll spell it out for everybody. Just plug it in real quick. So we're going to do a VORICH_CANKO. So that's Vorich Canko. I started the business in 2001. It started a long time ago, but you know how that goes. It's just, you know, it takes time to make sure that you're doing stuff correct. And I want to go back into when it actually started, how it started.
You gotta tell us what made you get into that, cause that back then you was like still in high school.
Just started high school.
You gotta tell us what made you start. Gave you the influence of that.
We're gonna start with back in the day. It started when Tupac and Biggie was alive. And I know this sounds crazy, but it started with Tupac and Biggie. So what happened was with that situation, I had when Biggie had died.
Hold on. Okay, we're going to get into that. Who did you like, Biggie or Pac?
For me, personally, 1997, 98, I got to say Biggie. You know? I got to say Biggie. I felt like, because we was I feel like this, out east, South Coast in 1996, 95. And I seen Biggie, not seen him personally, but he was messing with more of Chicago. I know some stories about Pop being in Chicago, but Biggie was here a lot more.
Okay. I don't think you should compare them. I think they're two totally different artists.
Right.
Everybody get caught up in comparing Biggie and Pop. I just think they're two totally different artists. Like when you come to lyricists, you gotta talk to Biggie, you gotta compare it to another lyricist.
Right.
When you talking about the struggle though, you know what I'm saying, shit like that, you gotta compare Pop to another motherfucker who's talking about the struggle.
So, I'm gonna say it like this. In my neighborhood at that time, I'm from 69 East End, so that's the Parkway, the second one, small. So, with that being said, Pop was more like, excuse me, can I cuss on it?
Yeah, man.
Okay. So,
you ain't been listening to me?
Had a little cocktail, you feel me? Had a little cocktail, but you know, I'm enjoying myself. So, when niggas in the 69s did drive-bys on Pop. And with Biggie Smalls, it was more about being fly.
I ain't trying to cut you off, but man, I've been talking about choking bitches and all types of shit on here. Talking about bitches. Hey, we've been talking about all types of shit.
Right. And I cuss personally, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
I almost started talking like Stephen A. on this motherfucker. That's asinine, man.
With me, personally, that's where the actual clothing line started to tap in. I seen, at the time, I had like Echo. And from Echo, you know what I'm saying, I seen how they took over, and then I like Fubu back in the day. Fubu was like black people though. That's what turned me on. I was like, word? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like black people doing that, they making that type of money. And I ain't nothing but probably like at the most probably like 8. You know what I'm saying? So
No toughest niggas out here in the street had on FUBU.
I'm telling you.
They
In Walgreens right now had on
Some of
FUBU.
the toughest niggas in Chicago to walk these motherfucking streets.
And starter jackets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
I would have contest this shit. I call it as a motherfucking lie.
so with me, I had tapped in. So I was like, okay, when P. Diddy had came out, which is like, you know what I'm saying, the ultimate role model, man, I know how it goes. Everybody got what they gonna say, but I like P. Diddy. You know what I'm saying? For that time.
I fuck with Diddy back then.
He had personally, you know what I'm saying, the Sean John coming out. And I had liked it. So I was like, word, you know, I'm supposed to just tap in. I had just started making like some type of drawing. And the first clothing line item that I ever made was it was called Mega Man. I couldn't run with the name, I don't know the business. I'm only 9 years old, but it was called Mega Man. So
Good gang,
I tapped in. I went in 2001, and I had the crazy part was Nelly had came out with vocal. So I just went with something that matched the letter V. I was like, I want something that has this V is something about it.
Right.
So I had went and did this. I said, you know what, I'm gonna make my own word.
So you said that Nelly influenced you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, shout out to I fuck with Nelly.
Hell yeah, shout out to that nigga Nelly.
Oh, we fuck with you.
So I came up with I said Bo, and then I was like Rich. At the time, me and my best friend, we stayed next to each other, and it was funny how it went. So we had this. My mama had just took all her money that she had left, and she bought me Info One. And then my homie had this Chuck Taylor. So I was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do this up. My grandma had like this old vintage, not Vorich, but Louis Vuitton. And I took the Louis Vuitton, I forgot what it's called, the wallet. I took it and stripped it apart.
Ooh.
I got my ass whooped so bad.
I was gonna ask you.
But I made these shoes. I made some shoes out
You
there.
was on creative type shit, right?
See, but look, look, I did shit and I knew I was gonna it was worth that ass whooping. Some shit be worth that ass whooping. You just gotta go in, I used to just go in the house and just been over. Like, alright, come on, I'm ready.
Man, at this point, you already know your family.
I know I'm gonna get my ass whooped, but I have fun outside.
Right.
I'm gonna come in the house fully prepared to get my ass whooped.
Right, exactly. So I did that. We went to school with it. The funny part was I did it with like some glue. So it was falling off the shoes. It was like, you know, it was just falling off the shoes. My homie dude.
You gotta see how it's gonna come out.
Yeah, you gotta see what you're gonna do. But after that point, it took some time to actually make it because back in the day, they didn't have like the equipment that y'all have, like we have now to make T-shirts,
right,
clothing lines, or anything. You either had to be a person who stitch, or you had to be a person who just, you know what I'm saying, interested in that type of craft. So I went back and forth, of course, with dealing with trying to go to school for it, you know, back and forth, and then dealing with real life at that point. You know, dealing with your moms and that situation. So, you know, everything's good. But I would say back then it was very tough. Like I had did a greatest thing I'm gonna tell a person. It's called a backdoor copyright. And I'm gonna tell you why, because like say for instance, I made my logo, which I can sell now, of course. I can, you know what I'm saying, y'all can come pick it up, no problem. But what happened was back in the day, I made the copyright, put it in an envelope, and had it stamped by the post office. So if I ever had a problem where I went to court, I would always have that paper. You don't open it.
Right.
Never open that paper, because that paper, once the state get it, and they open it and see the paper was done by the United States, it's paid for. It sounds crazy, but the shit works. So we did that, and I just rocked with it for a while. I went through a company that I'm not gonna say their name or nothing like that, because I don't want them to get my money. So you know, no, you don't get no bread.
Hey, I'm with the shit.
So I went through a company for a few years, trying to actually promote it and do it through that company to see how I can get me a website done. Cause websites is like $600-700, $800-900. I ain't got that type of bread.